When the Lord Jesus spoke about the end times, he made an interesting comment about the generation that sees end-time events.
From the fig tree learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also when you see all these things, you know that he is near, at the very gates. Truly, I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away.
The Lord Jesus stated that all the end-time events, like the sun darkening, the moon not giving its light and so forth, would happen within the one generation that sees them. In other words, when the end-time events start happening, they'll happen relatively quickly. Within a generation. However, there has been some confusion around the interpretation of this word generation. For example, back in the late 80s, a book came out called 88 Reasons Why the Rapture is in 1988. Over 4.5 million of these books were sold. It seems the basic premise of the book was relatively simple. Israel was reborn in 1948. A generation is 40 years. It appears that the author just added them together and then came out with the year 1988. Then he threw in a whole bunch of other supporting reasons why the rapture would happen in 1988. Therefore, he assumed that the rapture would happen late that year. Of course, it didn't. We won't go into all the details of that book, but it's a good example of how some Christians take a verse out of context and try to apply it. A generation could also be 70 years, instead of 40. However, the error, in this case, is substituting the word generation for a number of years. The Greek word for generation also means race, and this could apply, but it wouldn't change the meaning of what the Lord Jesus stated. The best interpretation of what the Lord Jesus stated is that generation refers to the people alive in the future when the events of Matthew 24 through 25 take place. Those who are on the earth at that point will have only a short time left before the end of the age. Next, the millennium will begin on earth. Essentially, Jesus is saying that, once the events of the end times begin, they will happen quickly. The age of grace that we currently live in has continued for a very long time. But when the time for judgment finally arrives, things will be wrapped up quickly.
If you liked the video you just watched, then you may like these two other videos.
If you enjoyed my videos, then please comment below. Also, if you have any suggestions for videos you'd like to see, please add them in the comments section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications of future videos.